I don't
Okay.
remember agreeing to be a tag team partner with you.
I don't know. It was just the Digital to Dice tag team duo. We got
You know,
smoked. You know what? He's had it on level 10. And I got to go back and look. I don't know if that's the highest or the lowest level. I don't know how that
well,
works. But I put everybody on 5 just to be safe.
if we're gonna be a tag team partner, you really gotta lose some weight. Did you notice
Yeah,
how
he made me a real fat guy. What's up
I
with
thought
that?
that
I
was
mean,
me at first?
I'm a fat guy, but I'm not that fat guy.
Oh my god! I mean,
No wonder why I was laid out in the ground.
and I got beat by. Okay, I think that's Appa Chatter. We got beat by a guy that wets himself. That's his shtick.
So the wife is eating ribs using her iPad.
No, upstairs.
How do you eat ribs with an iPad? That's what I'm wondering. That
Well,
yeah, there it is. I got Jackie. You like my Giants hat?
I like your Giants hat.
You don't want to hear something funny. So I got more hats in the mail today. I now have every team that's beaten the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
So the Bears, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Packers.
I got them all now.
There you go.
I got them all. Oh, I didn't change my pennants. I got to change the pennants. I keep having the. Oh, I got to do that. I got to change my pennants. And yes, it's the Banner Man. Got the Banner Man hanging up.
So it does. Yeah. See, so the wife, as usual, was right, and so she went to CVS yesterday and bought the hooks.
Yeah.
And so she hung them up, the hooks, when we got home yesterday. Oh no, it's gonna be 24 hours. So we did an errand. I forgot to buy lettuce at the store for delivery. So we went into the organic store, spent way too much money. The dinner was good though, and got some lettuce. And so by the time that it came home, she could hang up the banner, and there you go. And so really the best $100 I think I've spent in the history of my channel. Never mind all the games I've bought to put on the channel. It's all about me wrestling with an ABC Sports banner. And so
that's where it come down. Yeah.
When we got home and we're eating lunch, I love those scramble bowls from Dunkin' because they're low carb.
Really?
Yeah, there's no carbs in it. It's sausage. It's whatever they're using for scrambled eggs, bell peppers, and cheese. Nice. And so if I want hash browns, fine. If not, today I just had coffee. How you doing, Andrew? And so I had to show her because Sarah's parents never watched sports growing up, and you know that logo, and I know that logo, and so I had to show her the Wang Chung song of them playing, the ABC Sports promo with Jim McKay and Keith Jackson pretending to be happy that he had to sing, and so she thought it was funny. So you can go back and look on YouTube. It's two kids that sneak into a laundry basket and get wheeled in this magic room where everything Monday Night Football and baseball and Calgary Olympics is being shown. So,
speaking about food, holy cow! I think I had a food coma today.
Did you?
I did. Yeah. I get up in the morning. I'm gonna be good, and I made some oatmeal, instant oatmeal. Just put some water in the thing and made some instant oatmeal.
What's your flavor of choice?
I buy the variety pack, and I think it's the
what?
It's the I don't know if it's apples and cinnamon.
Oh, I like that one.
The brown sugar.
My other favorite.
And there's three in the pack. I don't know if it's plain or what it is, but there's
might be plain, might be the third.
That's I think there's you get 6 packs, 2 of each or something like that.
Right.
Or whatever it is. So I just had some of that. I thought I was doing good, right? But I was like, it didn't do anything for me. Like I ate it, and like 20 minutes later, I was still hungry. I was like, okay. And
since when do you get Chinese oatmeal at the Chinese restaurant?
So I was sitting there watching YouTube. Do you know what I like to watch on YouTube now? And I've been watching for a few months is the Korean food vendors.
Oh,
the South Korean. There's people that go to these like they're almost like kiosks.
The egg cakes and stuff like that.
Yes, in South Korea, yeah. And so they got the big griddle set up. It's like a big desk.
Oh yeah.
And they take eggs and they just go and the eggs like cook instantly. Then they throw some meat on and they turn and they put the bread, big square of butter. They butter the thing up and then they butter the bread and they brown the bread and they put and everything. And it's like sandwich. Here you go. It's like all within like 4 or 5 minutes, and you get this just unbelievably fresh sandwich right there. And so I'm watching that, and they made some big egg sandwich, and I was like, that oatmeal didn't do it. I looked at her, I said, you want an egg sandwich? She's like, yeah. So I went and I put some toast in, and I got some eggs and I got some ham, and I just made these big monstrous sandwiches. So I had some of those this morning. So then I took the dog for a walk. So I better burn this off. I come home. I went out. I come home. I didn't even take a shower. I was like, I need to take a shower. So let me just lay that out for a second. I'll put on the radio, see what's on. I went out for like 2 hours. She woke me up. She was like, "Are you gonna do anything today?" It's like, I don't know. I says, I'm just like wicked tired all of a sudden. So, but I think that's what it was. I had a food coma. And then I get up and I had the rest of my sloppy Joe mix that I had. And then I was like, I got to get out again before I fall asleep. So I took him out for a second walk today. And yes, no, we're 6 feet apart. We're 6 feet apart. We're not killing anybody right now. We're 6 feet apart.
220 miles apart.
Yeah. No, some of the sandwiches, yeah, they were like sauerkraut and all this other stuff. But I mean, some of them were like
but the egg tarts or whatever. Just
and they did all these little sauces they sprinkle on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, they look so yummy. They just look so yummy, and I was like, oh man, every time every time I go on there, now they're in my feed, and I'll sit and I'll watch them, and I'll be like, oh, this is just great.
I love the vending machines one too from Japan. It's amazing what you can get in the vending machine in Japan.
Yeah. This one guy, he made these omelets. And it was so he's at the big grill. He just like throws the eggs on it, right? All scrambled up. And they just like this big splotch. It looked like this big blotch of eggs, right? They cook up. And what he did is he took the spatulas and he went right down each side and he cut them perfectly even. And when he folded it up, it was like a carpenter made it. It was perfect. And it was like, that was ingenious. Just going right down, cutting 2 lines on each side. So each side, and when he flipped it up, it was like perfect. There was no like overhang or nothing. It was nice. Yes, the banner is up.
Banner is up. It looks good. I didn't mess it up too much by wrestling with it. It was funny last night, just having it around me like I'd killed it. That was pretty funny. But
that was a good
time. The whole so far it stayed, and again we talked about getting the other 2 networks and just kind of having them there as part of a studio thing. And I'm looking now at that, and it's like I could put something on the wall beside me and do that just fine. So, but yeah, so I made Sarah watch that horrible ad for ABC Sports from 1987, and then I showed her the beginning of Tigers Blue Jays, pretty much a 1-game playoff to end the 87 season. So she saw the whole thing.
Saw the band. Okay, nice.
Yep,
nice.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I was watching the NASCAR. I was watching that today. And I really like
Danny's better personally, but
I like watching the pit crews. I like they're just like yeah, and they're running back and forth, and they're all down, and they wipe the front, and they pull the thing off the windshield, and it's just and the guy's jamming the gas in, and like everyone's doing their thing, and it's just like and the guy pulls out, and it's like he's almost running over people, but they got it down to like it is something else to watch. It really is.
Thanks for getting Wang Chung stuck in my head, guys. The reason I'm sharing we don't have much on the lower walls is because the cat will tear it down. She's such a diva that if I have anything lower, she ripped down. I don't know if you've seen these or not, Dave, because they have them for every team, but they have the wall hangings with every logo in your team's history. And so I had one.
Is that the Fatheads?
No, it's not a fat head. It's a vertical pennant.
Okay.
It's not like the ones it's hangs up and down like the ones you have, but they're not. So I had a nice giant one.
I've seen that. Okay, yeah.
And a nice and a nice Red Sox one. And the little creepy head ripped them down. So I can't hang them up because they're felt. So she clawed them. And so, yes, the Tigers, Blue Jays, 1 game. Tony Fernandez broke his wrist. The Blue Jays needed to win 4 of the 7. They won the first 3 and lost the last 4. Mungo! And so, yeah.
47.
Here. Yeah. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 51 degrees.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Ron. Have a good evening.
You too, darling.
So, wonder what's on everybody's mind today. We're gonna let the chat room steer the topic a little bit. I didn't do anything productive today as far as yard work or washing the house or anything like that. Today was just kind of a walking the dog, eating food, and watched a little bit of TV today. That was
a great ball game at noon today.
Oh, that's right. You played your game today. Yep. Was it San Diego and somebody?
In Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh held on, and I mean literally they held on by the chairs of my chinny chin chin.
Oh, nice.
So I got my sideburns taken out today.
Oh,
and
yeah, there you
recut
go.
my hair, and why wouldn't I be polite to that thing, to Madam Speaker?
Can you swear at it and stuff? I mean, I don't want you to do it here on the show, but could you just say, "Hey, what the f is the weather, you piece of ass"? I wonder what it would do. Would it just obey? Would it just obey?
There is a song by Lily Allen with the F word as part of the title. Okay. And so if you play it, you ask her to play it, she'll beep the F word. It's beep you.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, Tribe's in here. All right. I'm hoping to go back to work at some point. Just
2 8s, 2 10s, and a 4. My kid goes back to work tomorrow night.
Nice. I took the power washer out the other day and I did my whole shed, and then I got to take it out again. I got to do the deck and I got to do my front stairs. Power washing's fun. Takes a long time, but when you're done, everything looks so good.
Your attachments aren't very big for it either. I mean, didn't you rent one just before, last fall that was actually huge?
No, I have two of them actually. One I thought was broken. One did break. Okay, the connection broke, and then there's no fixing it. And I had another one for about a year or so, and I thought it broke, so I went and I got another one. I mean, they're only $40, $50. They weren't like hundreds of dollars, At least I don't think they were. And it just was. I found out they both work. Somehow I plugged into one, it didn't work, and I was getting ready to do a job, and I didn't have time to fix it, so I went down and just picked up another one because, like I say, they weren't that expensive. Turns out the other one was working. I think I just wasn't doing something right. I wasn't pushing a button or something. It was like something stupid. School started back up. All right. Good.
She won't say anything. She won't. I asked her once to say a couple bad words, and she won't do it.
Yeah, no, I think they're
it's amazing because it's a Linux computer, for crying out loud, that you just talk to. There's no keyboard obviously attached to it, but
that's a good idea. Power wash the dog. CJ hates baths. I could just like, then he'd be all clean. There you go. I get these attached. One of them is I couldn't figure it out the other day. One of them, it has soap. There's a container of soap, and I was like spraying it, and there was no pressure. And I was like, why is there no pressure? And I looked at the thing and it said, oh, that's the soap one. And if you take it off and put on the pressure one, then so I guess you're supposed to put the weak one on and just spray the soap and then go back to the power wash one and rinse and one. I don't know. It was kind of weird. I was like, why would they do it that way? Oh, look who decided to show up in one of our chat rooms. Yeah, it's the wrestling guru. It's the Vince McMahon of YouTube.
Except we were both killed.
Yeah, he put it on level 10. That's why I think level 10 is the hardest. We got destroyed. I put it on level 5, and at least the matches were a little bit fairer.
Our match was fair. You just got to get in a better shape.
I know. I'm this big fat guy in the wrestling game, and I got laid out, and I laid on the ground. You
wouldn't get up, and they wouldn't pin you.
Oh, look at that, right? So the neighbor's delivering. See, I need to move to your neighborhood. That's what I need to do. Yeah. Oh, you will get extended. You said you were in was it Michigan you were in? Yeah. She's not letting up. She's full of power and she's loving every bit of it. And every time someone steps up, she squashes them down like a bug. She's just full of herself. Power's gone to her head right now. And a lot of these places, you wonder if it's about safety anymore, wonder if it's about ego. And I think that's where we are right now. Yeah. She doesn't know how to
tie his shoes yet.
I'm not sure. Corey's here. Good to see Corey. And P-Jet's in. Hopefully another Ron of it. Yeah, Ron's he's got the banner hanging up, P-Jet. He doesn't want to do that again.
No, we're not wrestling again. The wife has to go back to work, so I can't get saved from inanimate objects anymore.
So so we want to know what's on everybody's mind. I was watching some of the NASCAR today with no fans in the stands, and they were all 6 feet apart, doing whatever. Walking on eggshells right now is what they have to do. And I hope that they show that they can do this and we can pull this off and that everyone will be okay, So I was watching some of that today. I enjoyed that. I like watching the NASCAR, like dead of summer, Saturday night, like when they race in Florida and it's dark out. I like that. Michael's here.
What's your
So
jersey?
That's the Haddonfield Slashers. It's a specialty jersey from a company that makes movie and TV jerseys.
Okay.
So they have, I don't know what they're called. You can look them up on the internet. They're called Geeky Jerseys. Geeky Jerseys. Maybe I'll call them up. What if I do that? I think I can go to their website without being in trouble.
So did you wash your hands, Steve? You don't need to get barbecue gunk all over your tablets or computer keyboards.
So here's what they have to offer. If you'd like to see geeky jerseys, okay. So they have different movies. So they got like a G.I. Joe. Okay, if you like G.I. Joe. They have some Explorers things. So this must be a TV show or a movie. I saw somebody on the Joe Rogan show with this one, the Cthulhu jersey. And you can get different numbers and you can get different names on it too. You don't have to have the stock numbers here. Oh, Bikini Bottom. Is that SpongeBob? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Bikini Bottom
Ooh,
style.
I should get that for Sarah. She loves SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. Yep. So, yeah.
Maybe not for that price.
Yeah, they're $100, $120 depending on the one you get. What else we got here?
How you doing, Joseph?
The Staplers. Oh, that's the guy from Office Space. The Staplers. The quality's pretty good on these jerseys, by the way.
They look it.
Yeah. Dimension X Invaders. It's kind of neat. But they have,
Krang, yeah.
by demand. They have a whole bunch. They got a whole bunch of Star Wars. Like here's the Wookiees.
Oh,
the Kashyyyk Wookiees. Yep. I have a what one do I have? Well, this one's new. The Yavin 4 Rebels. Okay. But they have a whole bunch of TV shows. Ton of Star Wars. I have one of the Star Wars. Oh, here's the alien one, the Xenomorphs. It's kind of neat. But you get the idea what they got over at Geeky Jerseys. They have a lot of movies and TV hockey jerseys. So I got I got them because it was orange. So this is the Halloween one, and I have a Star Wars one. It's the it's the X-Wing Rebels or something like that. But it's kind of orangey. I kind of like it. Rogue Squadron, I think it was called. It's got the X-Wing on the front. It's kind of neat. So Joseph's popped in tonight. Yeah, I didn't see some of the people here while I was checking it out. Oh, we already had that one. I'm sorry. I heard golf. Yeah, I didn't watch the golf, but I heard that was on. Oh, here's Big Clue. There we go. So yeah, so it's Sunday night. Not a bad day here today. The weather's been consistent a little bit better.
It got nice today, didn't it?
Yeah, they were talking about more rain, but now I looked at my phone and some of the rain icons were gone. Although I think there was a tornado touchdown a couple cities over from us, and it was brief though, because someone sent a picture and like next town over, it looked like a funnel. And I was like, oh my gosh! Ooh. And the weatherman, we have a guy that's a professional weatherman in our league, or used to play in our league, and he was just like, I'm not sure what that is, but he goes, right above my town, there was a little curl thing that he was watching the other night when we had the storm.
Seasons for games. I don't think you've got hundreds of jerseys.
No, I don't. I don't have hundreds of jerseys.
That's Hockey Guy.
55 laps ago. I was watching. I was enjoying that. I got to learn more about the NASCAR, because I guess it's set up almost like periods where they reset and stuff. It's not just one consistent race, what they used to do. So I don't know much about it. As far as I know, I thought if you won, you win, but you get points and you can win the tournament by not even winning an event, or I don't know. So
they lost me with that. Yeah, he does have a nice jersey collection. Hockey Guy actually is doing the playoffs at hockey playoffs, and he's got Columbus and Philadelphia in the Eastern Finals, and Dallas and Calgary in the West Final.
Who's this now?
The Hockey Guy. He's a guy that has like 8,000 different jerseys. And so
okay, yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
And so he's done the whole playoffs. He's not even playing them. The computer's playing them in NHL 20.
Oh, okay.
And so he and his wife just go through the chat now. And so, yeah, that's his Final Four.
That's interesting. Okay, so that's what a stage is now. Gives you points in the win. Okay, yeah. I mean, I probably have to sit and watch it with someone who knows NASCAR and have them say, okay, here's what's going on. It's winning the race is important, but there's other things you can do besides win the race. So
I don't know where the hockey guy's based out of Canada. I know that sounds kind of stereotypical, but I'm not. I think in the western part of the country. Mr. Little, how are you? Mr. Little continues to beat my buttocks at Words with Friends.
David, someone who we share a same birthday and the same wife name. How crazy is that? And we're in the same group. Too funny. So, I'm trying to think what else is going on around here, Jucket. As we just chill out, I just want to know what's going on in the chat. Go let the chat guide the chat tonight. Is what I was thinking. Instead of having a topic, I just let them kind of go off and let us know what they want to chat about.
You wear a real hat there, Gardner.
Yeah, I figured he would. I got all of a sudden there was a knock on the door, and I got these packages on my steps, and I go, "What's going on with that?" And I look, and there's all these more hats, and some of them are pretty good. I'm not going to reveal who I got because I'll wear them on the show here, but
coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, yep. I'm sitting there tonight. I'm watching the golf, right? And I just finished my sloppy joes. I'm like, oh, I'm all bloated. I'm all yucky because I just ate, and I'm just right. She's like, you want some ice cream? I'm like, well, yeah, I want some ice cream. So I got a bowl of ice cream.
No,
I'm just sitting there.
I don't want any
like,
ice cream.
I had a few good days where I didn't eat a lot, and I've been exercising a lot. And today I just like, just huge breakfast, fell asleep, huge lunch, and then finished strong with ice cream. I did.
What kind of ice cream?
It was like a chocolate chip, and she puts like some whipped cream in Hershey's syrup. It was like a mini hot fudge sundae, and I was just like, "Oh, why are you doing this to me?" I took 2 walks today. I did 3.5 miles today, so
we had sushi for dinner.
Yeah, that's one of the things I would like to talk about. Not this. The governor's meeting. Yeah, the governor's going to say was saying shut down. Dollars to donuts on that. There's no ways in. Just he might throw a bone to a couple people, but for the most part, he doesn't want to open up. He doesn't want to do it. He's just playing this. He's just I don't get it, but that's the way it is. Yeah, who doesn't want ice cream, right? Who doesn't want ice cream? So we're talking about live sports, okay? And I've been watching a lot of the old stuff on TV, like NHL and NBA. NBA had some good Sixers Lakers games on. I was watching, and the NHL channel has some old games on, and Nesson up here has some old Bruins games, and I'm watching these games, and they're fun. Don't get me wrong; some of them are fun, especially the really old ones. And there was one game I was watching. Was it St. Louis Detroit? Holy cow! St. Louis had Gretzky and Pronger and McGinnis and McTavish. I was like, holy, that St. Louis team, that team was stacked. Holy cow, that team was stacked.
Hockey guys in Abbotsford, BC. That's West Coast,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm watching I'm watching these old games, and they're fun and they're neat, you know what I mean? Because it brought me back to a time when I really followed the sport. But then I'm going, you can only watch like 5 or 10 minutes because you know who wins. Most of the time. Some of the games I don't remember who won, but a lot of the times you know who won the game, and it makes it really hard to watch a full game. And you know what I'm saying? Because when the live sports, you don't know who's going to win. I mean,
right.
If it's 5-0 in the third period of baseball, if it's 6-0 in the ninth, but I mean, if you watch from the beginning or even up to the middle, it's live. It's still anything can happen, and that's what makes live sports so good, is because you're watching to see who's going to win. When the game has already been played and you're watching on tape.
I think it depends on the sport and what you want to watch. Al's talking about that he can watch all boxing matches to the end. I'll go back and watch old tennis matches. I know who won, but the style is so different. And, I always pick up something the second time through that, I might not pick up at 13
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you're sitting there and you're watching the game. If you know the game was 2-1 final, and it's 2-1 early in the second period, there's no more goals being scored. So it's kind of hard to watch that. Like
you want a game, you want to actually go back and watch.
Whoa.
I wasn't yelling.
Were you just yelling at me?
No,
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I was not.
We need to
yell-
go back to a time where Ron didn't yell at Dave.
What
Ever
yell-
since this banner. See my finger?
Don't you point your finger at me, young man. What? What was I saying?
I don't know. You were yelling at me.
I was not yelling at you. If you would like a game to watch from start to finish, go back and watch the 84 BC Miami game.
I watched that live.
Turned on in the fourth quarter, and back and forth and back and forth.
I watched that live. Yeah, it was good.
Yep. Why, Tribe fan, you'd watch Game 7 of the 2016 World Series ad nauseum? I don't know. You know who wins.
Yeah.
I can't go back and watch the 86 series.
I like when they do like Larry's saying here, the highlights is that I've been watching a couple things, and they haven't played the whole game. I mean, sometimes it is fun to watch the whole game because you never get to see that anymore. But sometimes it's cool if they do like a 10-minute version of the game, and they take the highlights and they show you some of the big stuff that happened. So I could do that. Like if they said, okay, here's a 10-minute version of this playoff game here from whatever year, I could watch that rather than the whole game. And I know right now there's nothing on TV and they're playing it and it's fun, but like what they had on was it NFL? Somebody was playing the Broncos and the Browns game, that playoff game. I think it was the drive with Elway.
Okay.
And they played that every play. You could watch the whole game. And they didn't do like a TV broadcast because what they would show the play and then they would talk to somebody and they would talk to the guy that intercepted the pass. He goes, I've been watching him throw, and he would always look away and then turn and throw. So I done that pass. I adjusted, and that's how I ended. So it was kind of neat how they were interviewing the players.
They did some great ones with that. They did that with the Ice Bowl and the 58 NFL. They colorized the 58 NFL championship.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Apparently, they spread a lot of fertilizer on that field so it wouldn't freeze, and so apparently it smelled very bad.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah, and I've watched some of those. It's kind of fun. But getting back to the Broncos and the Browns games, so I started watching that, and it was kind of neat because it's like, okay, I know that Denver wins this game, and and I wanted Cleveland to win, so it's kind of hard to watch it again. But it was neat watching like how it built up to that point. Like Bernie Kosar was picked off twice. I think it was Kosar. Was picked off twice, and like bad throws too. And it's like if he doesn't do those interceptions, you wonder if that would have been a different game. So it's kind of fun watching that again. What I've been doing is I stumbled on this guy. If you like hockey, go look for Oiler Fanatic 1.
Yes,
Oiler Fanatic 1 has a ton of hockey, and he's got these condensed things. And I've been watching these games that have like 14 goals.
Oh, they're great.
They're fun. I was watching I think it was Rangers Penguins game, and it went back and forth, and the final was like 7-7 or 8-8. And it was nuts just seeing all the goals scored. And I think they each took their goalie out and put in the other guy, and he didn't do any better. And they were walking over the blue line, slapping and scoring. That's how bad it was. But I've been watching a lot of his stuff. It's really kind of neat. Yeah, but that's the thing is I have some games on tape. I get Fred Cusick pouring a Bud, doing a Bud commercial, an old Bruins game. It is kind of fun. Mike, what's going on? He was at a cooker last night. Guys were playing cornhole. Yep. Starving for live sports. Yep. Yeah, I know. We're watching. Yeah, it's like cheering people playing chess. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you got to have something to watch live. You can only watch so many of those rerun. In fact, today I had the radio on, and they had a Bruins game and then a Patriots game on the radio, and they do that on Sundays now. And if it was a game, I would do that. Or
there's many of those on
tape, or
though.
A board game. But the thing is they're only playing the ones that they had on their station that they probably have the rights to. So it's it's a game from 2 or 3 years ago, and it's like not my thing. But if they had, hey, this is Game 4 Stanley Cup 1970 Blues and Bruins, and they were like, Esposito, send it over to Sanderson, and what I mean, that would be great for the radio. But they don't do that. They play these games from 2015 where I don't care. And I don't care, here's Brad Marchand's 4-goal game. I don't care. Sorry, I don't. I just don't.
But most of their listeners would.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't listen. So, yeah.
I found on YouTube the other day a film radio merge of Game 6 of the 72 final. or the year that the Bruins beat the Rangers. So whatever
Okay.
year that was. And so it's not a videotape, it's a film, but Dan Kelly is calling it on the radio. Must be for a national audience. And so those are fun.
I was watching some of the old Soviet stuff too, and that shootout hockey game is great. That's one of my favorite games. So good job, Rich, playing that. Playing the WHA. I played some WHA too with that. I have that season as well. Oh, you got a whole bunch of Bruins radio broadcasts. Oh yeah. Oh, from a few years ago. Yeah. I used to like the old who was it? Drawing a blank.
Bob Wilson?
Bob Wilson, thank you so much. Now it's Bork over to Sweeney. Sweeney up to Neely. Neely over the line. Shot, save, Tugnut. And he hangs on. I used to love that guy.
Johnny Busick, the Chief, doing color.
Yep. We used to run into the Chief at Kowloon once in a while. We'd go over for drinks after played hockey, and then Johnny Busick would be there. Learning shootout hockey, it's really, you play one game and you play two games, and you're like, okay, by the end of the second game, like, okay, I think I got it. Shootout hockey is really good. And there's a ton of videos on, not just mine, there's a ton of videos on YouTube if you want to watch some shootout hockey game. I love that game. And I found a brand new score sheet for that makes all the difference in the world for me, because I just made my own. It was kind of crummy. This new score sheet is fantastic for playing, keeping stats. It really is. The Ice Bears, Snow Bears.
The Bears and the Giants. Yep.
77, yeah. We were playing here the other night, and we kind of got we didn't get in trouble, but the NFL kind of claimed the rights to the video.
Kind of?
Yeah. Yeah, we watched that some of the Fog Bowl game with the Eagles and the Bears. That was fun. That was a nutty game. That was like, you couldn't see anything with that. And yeah, Rich, you're welcome there. I love that game. And John's a good guy to deal with, and he keeps on adding seasons, and yeah, there's some people that made homebrew seasons for that too. So that'd be kind of fun to do. I wish I knew the formula, because I would definitely go and take some of my old, American Hockey League Worcester Ice Cat teams and make some cards for that. That'd be kind of fun. But that's something that wouldn't sell. But I mean, yeah, I'll see if I can send it to you. You might even have it. I'm not sure. It's new to me, but I saw somebody on, I think it was Facebook. Somebody posted a picture of their game stats, and I was like, boy, look at that score sheet. That's awesome. And I went and I found it on the Delphi forums, and I made a couple adjustments for me, and it's like, wow, that thing is awesome. So it's new to me, because I had my own and it was kind of terrible. This one here is like, this one's good. I can't wait to play. I usually play on the helper, but I would play just because of that score sheet.
I haven't played yet. I told you I bought the Chavini baseball game and some minor league teams. So I looked up the 81 Glens Falls White Sox. Okay. And they played Bristol in the championship, the Red Sox. So I looked up Bristol, and there was only like 3 players on the Bristol team that ever made the majors. 130 game season. Okay. So minor league season is not the same as a major league season as far as length is concerned. They slugged 179 home runs in 130 games. Glens Falls did.
Really?
Ron Kittle, you should know that name, was their big hitter. He hit 40 homers and hit 325.
No, I don't know Ron Kittle.
Okay. So, yeah, the shootout. He played for the White Sox. He was a big dude, kind of like Luzinski, and struck out an awful lot in the majors. One of those, I'm going to hit a home run or I'm going to strike out hitters.
Well, that's how Babe Ruth was. He led the league in home runs, but he led the league in strikeouts, I heard, too. No?
I'm not sure.
I thought he did. I thought that's what I heard.
83 Rookie of the Year. Yep. When they won the division and lost to the Orioles. Yeah, he was an ex-Indian. Kittle? No, Kittle wasn't a catcher. Kittle was a first baseman DH. So, anyway, that was 179 homers in 130 games.
That's a lot of home runs. It's like Wayne Gretzky right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I just sent that to you if you want to check it out.
For History Maker Baseball. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Play does is I think you could buy the formula to make some games, make some teams in the Play games. And because I was going to do that with the hockey, I had a hard time with it. 83 Patrick Waugh was good. Yeah.
No, 83 Rookie of the Year. Kittle was the 83 Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. the shoot. If you like hockey and you haven't played the shootout hockey game, it's a cards and dice game. You're playing a table, but it's easy, it's fast, and it's really fun. And I that was one of my first games I played, and I just took to it. I really did.
Do you see where Marco got a hold of 3 ABA media guides?
Jeepers, yeah, he's all excited now. He's gonna be hopefully he's pumping out some new seasons.
Yeah, so yeah, if Kittle could hit 325 in the majors, he would have had a great career. Big clue, that's not a funny pun. Remember, the Sox won the division in '83. Kittle was on Rich's San Diego Appa League team. He was a Kingman type for sure. Dave Kingman School of Hitting.
I remember him. I had his Mets card. I think I still do somewhere.
He did a couple stints with the Mets.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't got back to my Appa Go. I was watching Appa Chatter play his Appa Go the other night, and he was showing me how to save the stats there. So it looked kind of fun. That game plays so fast for a baseball game. It's really kind of cool.
I did download the new version of Above the Rim, though. And grab some of those teams. I got to get the 70s ones. I thought I could have sworn I'd saved them all onto my hard drive that I transferred over from 2 computers ago.
Oh,
no.
Who was it? They posted a video today, and that was like extremely helpful.
I did a college
Glenn.
game. If you'll do the Cards and Dice Sunday, I did Georgetown, North Carolina in that game. So it's I'm not sure you'd like it. It's,
we're talking about Above the Rim, right?
Above the Rim
basketball game. Yeah, I was watching Glenn's video, and his video was extremely helpful to show you how to play because I was lost. Seriously,
I love the game.
It's in an Excel spreadsheet. I'm looking. I go, I don't even know what button to press. I don't even know where to go. And so I watched what he did, so I could at least get it going. But it felt there's 2 or 3 other basketball games that are very similar to that. And
it's Status Pro is what it is.
And I have a real hard time playing a game like that because you hit the button, it's like,
it's
okay,
whack-a-mole. It's absolutely whack-a-mole.
Well, it's a little bit of whack-a-mole, but it's also, if the point guard is a 6 shooter greater than or less than 3, but equals this, and I'm just like, oh, my head hurts already just thinking about it because I'm a casual basketball guy, and it was way more thinking. And every time he showed you how to play it, but it just you had to like really think like every single pass and every single shot and every single rebound was a thought process, and it just felt like nothing was smooth and automatic. And I suppose you would probably get better at it, but I am not.
That's the one basketball game I can fly through in about 40 minutes.
See, I just don't want to be reading all those greater thans and less tans, and except if it's a this, and it's like, oh no, I just tell me who gets the ball, and then I'll roll the dice to shoot. I'm fine with that.
There's no dice to shoot. See, that's why I don't think you'd like it. It really is whack-a-mole.
But that's the second or third game that I've seen like that.
And it feels like basketball.
Does it? Because I just,
But I think you're going to be, for you, I think it's Action PC, Strat, in the regular season.
I'm trying to find a game similar to Strat that's not as expensive because you can't find the old season. So I'm trying to find something. And I looked at the Status Pro. The Status Pro basketball wasn't bad. It was a lot of that. Okay, if this guy's shooter's rating is 8, but less than this, and I'm like, no, it's that one extra step I just don't want to do. And right now, that's just for me. It's one extra step.
There's the Tom Minkin. You can download the game for free, and it gives you 2 sample teams. You print out the cards, so the cards are in front of you. It's not an Excel helper. The computer does all the stats and flips over all the cards. And the seasons are cheap. I think it's like $10-15 a season. You got to print them out.
Yeah. I wanted to try that. What was that? The fast break game.
Mickey's Fast Break. You got it.
I got that one, and it's just a matter. Do I want to print out, the 100 fast action cards and then all the players which have offense and defense on them, and it's just there's a lot of printing to be done, and the footprint was pretty big with all the charts.
That's what we're talking about, Jamie's Mickey's Fast Break. It's also Hoops, which has got a computer version. I haven't tried that. That's sold by ASG Games.
Now the Mickey's Fast Break looks good. I'm sorry, go ahead. Hoops. Oh, Hoops. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't played the Hoops. I've heard
Fast Break
it.
is the one that you're kind of leery about printing.
Yeah, and it's just because I saw somebody play it, and there was like 4 or 5 charts that you had to be looking at, and had the offense and defensive card for each. So he had this big monstrosity set up, and I was like, Yeah, I don't know if I want to get that crazy. And the gameplay looked a lot like Strat, where here's the rebound, just do a quick check for this. Okay, this guy gets it. This guy makes the pass. Guy takes it. It seemed to flow pretty well. But yeah, boy, it was just it's like setting up one of those. I don't know. There's a couple of games like non-sports games I looked at, like some of the old Star Wars games. There's like an Outer Rim game, and there's a couple, there's a couple of Star Wars games you can play on the tabletop, the tabletop games. But boy, it's like, you need the entire dining room table and then part of the kitchen table to set it up and play. It's like, I don't know about that.
He prints at home.
I do mostly home, but it all depends on what it is.
You bought a laser printer. So.
Yeah, I got a color laser printer. I got this one was really cheap. And I got it at Staples, and I got a price match at Amazon through Staples, and it was ridiculously cheap. It was less than my black and white printer. Go figure. And the cartridges, what I like about the laser compared to inkjet, and I'll never go back to color inkjet, the cartridges don't dry up. I mean, if they sat for several years, maybe. But when I was looking at the advertisements for color printers, this LaserJet was just, every time I have a color inkjet, but it's just, if you don't print every day, the ink clogs up, and you would keep buying these cartridges because they would dry up. And I was like, oh, forget that. But the laser ones, supposedly they don't dry up, or they last a lot longer as far as, them not working anymore. And the quality is unbelievable with a color laser. It really is. So I'm happy with what I got. So I print out a lot of them here. But it depends on the project. That my first few shootout products I brought to Staples, and even now and then, once in a while, I can't go down now, obviously. But if this thing ever goes away, I might, if I got a bigger one, maybe I would take the fast break down to Staples and just say, look, it'd be better off to have them, because what Staples did with my shootout fast break cards, fast action cards, they actually cut them for me, so I didn't have to cut them. So nice. I brought them down, and they printed out the 100 cards, and they cut them for me and just handed it to me. I'm like, oh, okay. So it saved me a ton of time, saved my hands from doing all that cutting. So Staples comes in handy. So I still use it once in a while, and sometimes you want something bigger. Like I brought the play game boards down there that were the 14 by 17? 11 by 14. 11 by 14. Okay, so I got 11 by 14 because I can't print 11 by 14. I can go 8.5 by 14, but I can't go 11. So I brought some down there that got them printed out 11 by 14, and it was pretty good. There we go.
Do you have a problem with your cardstock curling up? What are you buying for cardstock?
I think I only have 80. I have 80 pound, and it curls up a little bit when it comes out of the printer, but eventually it'll settle down for me. So it does curl a little bit, but it's not terrible.
By the way, it's Paradox Publisher Weekend on Steam, so everything's 80% off. Stellaris, I can get that, the jumbo package of that for $20. Someone want to sell me on that or tell me not to buy it because I have until tomorrow. It's $20.
That's a space game, right?
That's a space game. It's a Space 4X game.
I looked at that. I did.
How to print games would be a good topic for Digital Dice. Have we talked about that?
No, we have not talked about printing.
We've got like 3 or 4 good topics that we now have in the. I like that one.
Write that down.
Thanks, Jamie. I want Jamie on the show, by the way.
Well, I'm not an expert at it, printing, by the way.
SGJ, by the way, in Jamie's name, is from the old Sports Games Journal.
I thought it was a sergeant.
Nope.
I always looked at it as Sergeant Jamie. I'm wrong?
No, it's Sports Game Journal, and he basically is doing what Ann and ST Patrick and we're doing.
Okay.
Old World. Civ 6 competitor, okay.
Yes, I used to do that too, but now I try to play online or I try to play in Excel now, and so sometimes I'll just print out on when I did the Player of the Game golf, I just printed regular paper, and because I just put something on the screen, so I was able just to flip through like that.
Delphi Turbo, I think I can send it to you. You got to use Excel. You can't use OpenOffice or Google for that. You have to have Excel. I have your email, though. I could send it to you.
And yeah, that's where I got it. I joined the that basketball group there, and the guy is super nice in the group, and he's been helping me find some things. It's just when I saw the amount, I was like, I think what I'm gonna do is I might grab a bunch of seasons for that fast break and a whole bit, and maybe I'll pop down a Staples someday and see if they'll still
I think
do
if
it. I don't know.
If you find, I'm sure you could just send it to them in a PDF and they'll give it to you curbside.
Yeah, I tried to do that one time and it didn't quite work out. So maybe I'll go in and just hand him my thing, because that's what I did in the past. And just
All right,
say, hey,
I'll email it to you. Yeah,
75 pound. At Walmart. See, I gotta find it. 350. Holy cow! I'm paying like I don't know what I'm paying on Amazon, but I got the nice 80 pound. It's nice and bright, and it comes out. It's good enough. It does a nice job. The 80 pound works out really, really nice for me.
Oops.
Sports Game Journal.
Why am I getting this stuff? All right. Yeah, Sports Game Journal.
That's pretty damn cool. Nice job. Nice job. But I like that, how to print games. I mean, we could talk a little bit about that. Maybe maybe what we could do. Maybe I'll put that on the group and I'll get some suggestions. That'd be a good idea. What do you have for suggestions as far as printing games? Because I know some people go to Staples, some people go to other print places as well. I think there's the FedEx places do that stuff too.
FedEx, Kinko's. I think you can do it at the UPS store too, right?
Yeah, I think somebody said that too. So if you want to do that, yep.
I'm emailing something. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, I'm going to mute you while you're doing that. All right, so I got him muted now. 14 laps to go. Don't you dare. Don't be waving that spoon at me. I'll send that banner after you. Such a dick.
14... You're talking crap behind my back. Okay, I'll go mute myself. So there. There you go. I'm listening to you, Gardner.
All right, 14 laps to go.
I'm watching you.
I was watching. 4 was winning there, and then it was 2 was leading the last one there. So, hey, what was I going to say? Oh, when I was watching the NASCAR, they had the Jimmy Johnson, they had the commercial and all the people, Jimmy, one more race. And didn't he crack up today? Did I hear Jimmy Johnson's out of the race? So they just played that commercial and they come back and they're like, yeah, Jimmy Johnson's out of the race. So all those poor kids he was racing for today are all going to be disappointed, I think. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. Maybe something did fall down at one point. I don't know if I had a pennant fall down or something. You never know. Yeah, you know what I used to do is I would, when I first got all my strat hockey and baseball seasons, I would print out all the extra cards because I'm just a nut like that, and I wanted the full collection. And I would be upstairs and I would just be on the table, just like cutting on my cutter there, like all night, all these cards. I'm like, oh man, what am I doing this for? It's a little cheaper to print at home, but you do got to spend time cutting and formatting sometimes, and that's what it is. So it's like sometimes it's easy to just get on a Staples and just say, here you go, print all this stuff out for me, I'll be back. And sometimes they'll cut it for you too. They have the little laser cutter there. It's a little bit, I think it was like $4. It's like, oh yeah, for $4, you're gonna save me an hour? Yeah, here you go.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So what banner fell down? No, see now, Corey, you got to put down the crack pipe. Put down the crack pipe, Corey, because you're starting to see things. Two-sided is kind of funky. Two-sided is very difficult at home.
I could do that with my Office Jet, but the cons of the Office Jet outweigh the fact I could do two-sided. It does have a copier scanner, which is why I have it, but
it takes me a little bit. I got to do a couple of practice runs. Like I'll put a print in and flip it over and print the other side, and sometimes it works and sometimes it does. In fact, I think my laser has the option to do both sides. So it'll print and then suck the paper back in and print the other side, which is kind of neat. But it never quite matches up. You always got to do a few trials and move some things around to get it to come close. And there's been a couple games that I've had to do that with. And it's like, I didn't do that bad of a job, but it still wasn't perfect. It was more of a pain. So depending on the game, I might have them print it for me.
I know you've printed your own strat cards with the extra the doc files they send to you.
Yeah, That comes out. That comes out nice. Although they still need fixing. There's like the goalie cards on the Strat. They're off the bottom because there's an extra space. You got to go back in and like hit the backspace button, and it brings everything up. It's kind of weird, and I've had to do that on everything.
I would definitely buy the guillotine.
Oh, really? Those are expensive.
He's just saying they're finding them low on Amazon. It's $30. But if you're going to be cutting a lot, printing and cutting a lot, I think that would be worth it.
I got the little orange one.
Scissors.
I got the little orange one, and that works out pretty well.
So no one has an opinion on Stellaris, huh? You played the 10-minute game, the Fuse game?
Yes, Fuse is awesome.
Recently? Or just you haven't talked about it since Christmas, so
last few months.
Okay.
This is what I have, kind of, sort of. Let me show you this. This is the cutter that I have. It's the Fiskar. That's what it is. It's the Fiskar cutter. And I don't know about that thing that slides out over here. You can see that, but
yep.
That's all mine is. It's very similar to this one. It's not exact to this one, but you just put it in and just swipe that little orange thing up and down, and it cuts it for you, and it does a really fast job. And it's like I say, that's what,
cheap, $18,
$20. Yeah. In fact, I even bought some extra. I use it so much. I went through all the blades, and I bought a little blade, and it just slides in, and and it works out good for you. It does get tiring though. So I looked into the big guillotines. I looked into a few others, but they were really expensive. And I was like,
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spend $70, $80 on one, but for 30, depending on how much you print. I know you, because you were talking, we talked a lot.
Here's one here. The guillotine is 72. Here's a basic one for 25. So maybe that's what he was talking about. Another one for 26. So yeah, maybe that would be the one.
I would think just keeping it sharp would be the key thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Once those things get off kilter, though, they're useless. So I like my little hand one too. The hand one that I use there. Oh, what do you got here? Deep Space Six Tharsis. I'll have to check that out. But getting back to the Fuse is fun. Fuse is fun.
I know that you enjoyed that.
You can play Fuse one player, 2 player, 3 player. We played 3 player at Thanksgiving. We had a blast.
Oh, Thanksgiving, right?
Or Christmas, one of the two. And I had my friend over. He bought it, and him and his girlfriend play, and they love it. Deep Space Six is fun. It's just really hard. What is this Tharsis game? Tharsis. Oh yeah. Tharsis is basically Deep Space 6 in a video game is what it is, because you're in a spaceship and you're flying along, and different things come up. So you roll the dice or flip whatever it is you do in the computer game, and it's like, okay, there's a fire that you got to put out, so you got to send 2 people to put out the fire. Then you're getting attacked by aliens, and now you got to go have someone shoot down the aliens, and it's kind of a what do they call, a crew assignment game is what it is. You need to assign the crew to do different things. So you're putting out fires the whole time. And I enjoy stuff like that. It's really fun. I would probably like Tharsis. I think Nick on the Game Hounds was playing that and he liked it. But I found he said it was very difficult. And that's how Deep Space Six is. It's very difficult to win.
But is it as tough as Action PC Golf?
It's harder than that. It's harder to win. Yeah.
Quality of cards for Strat, I might pay for the PDF. They only do them the PDF for the hockey. They're certainly never going to do a PDF for any baseball or football.
Yeah, it's the older stuff when they send you the 16s and they send you the rest is how they do it.
Happy Harvick won the race.
It's already over?
Well, there was 19 laps to go 20 minutes ago.
Oh.
Steroid era baseball.
Okay. So, Harvick went. Now, what number was? Oh, he was 4. Harvick was number 4. I was watching him today. Staples. Yeah, I mean, you have to ask for that. I didn't know it. And this was over a year ago. I went into Staples and I printed out all these cards, and on the heavy stock, it was a real heavy stock that I got at first, and the heaviest one that they offered color printing on. And the lady there says, you want me to laser print these? I'm not sure. I'll try to get them as close as I can to the lines. I was like, okay. And she did them. They come out fantastic. It's like, because those are really heavy. I don't know how the heck I was gonna.
I know we've talked about PDFs before on the show. I think we did a very early show on PDF.
Yeah, what was it? What was it called? Mail.
Oh, the trucker yourself. Early show.
PDF or
I think
PDF
we
or
did
UPS? UPS or PDF?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go back. We do have a show on Digital to Dice called UPS or PDF, and that was a feedback show. We got a lot of comments on that, and there was stuff that I didn't even think about in that show that people said. So
Turbo, let me know what other seasons you want. I just sent 2 folders two zips real quick. The 2 teams that are in the zip for the game is the last year's final. It's Toronto and Golden State.
I'm not sure if it's a Word document, and I got it to open on my computer, and I can even edit the cards if I want in mine. So, I mean, if you brought it there, would it have a lock on it? I'm not sure if they lock down the 6 teams, those are the teams that everyone's going to play. And all the other teams they send you and the extra guys. I mean, you could try going down to Staples and ask if they print them and cut them. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask because they cut them for me. In fact, I got my cards right here. So
it's not an early episode. Apparently, it's episode 22. Oops. It all seems to fly. Everything from last year just seems like it was ancient history there. Big clue.
So these are the cards that Staples did. Sorry about the noise.
Don't worry about that.
So these are my shootout hockey cards.
There, go full screen. There you go. Okay, so those are the fast action cards.
These are the fast action cards, okay? And you can see that they're cut really good. I can't really see that too well, but
you turn down your light.
Turn down that one.
Go full screen.
You see that looks really good.
Those are sharp.
I mean, these are really good. They're cut pretty much right on. You know, if I flip through and just go up to the next one here, they're fantastic. You can hear how heavy stock they are. Okay. And so if I would have had to cut all these cards out by hand, I mean, holy cow, I'd be all day. And they're thick too. I'd be, and luckily they had a little cutter there. So in my Staples, which is not the best Staples in the world, let me tell you, but they printed out the stuff, and right there while they were printing them, I was cutting them out. So I sat there for like an hour using their cutter one day, just in there and cutting all the teams out. Can you hear the airplanes? Yeah, the airplanes going by. But they did a good job of these here. So, I mean, that was a lot of cards to cut out. But when I did it. Yeah, there was 100. When I did the teams, it was only like 30 teams in a season. So I would just cut them out by hand. The 30 teams I would cut out. But you've been cutting out the shootout? Yeah. Yep. And the other cards are these right here. Holy cow. These are the ones these are $20. These ones here. Let me shut off that.
Oh, are you talking about the deck of cards? Yeah, those are great.
Look at that. Shootout hockey. Oh, there you go. Right. And they're rounded at the end. See that? They're rounded. And there they are. There's all the shootout cards. Okay. And they're basically a deck of cards. Okay. And you can get it white, or you can get this logo on here. And I think they're $20. I think maybe $4 shipping. I could be wrong. They were less than $30. And they're smooth. They're like a deck of playing cards, like a bicycle playing cards. I'm not sure if they're the exact same size as cards, but yeah. And I bought the little box, so as you can see here, they all come in my little box. I think the box was like $1 or $2. So yeah, so I have my shootout hockey. These are the ones that I use when I play. Okay, these are the ones, and these are the Staples ones. I just put them in a bag, so I get 2 sets of one. Sometimes they break out both sets, and I'll flip between them if I want a variety. But I play so much that it's like it was worth getting these, and they're gorgeous. They really are.
So, yeah, no, the Appas does a good job with their shipping. They're pricey though. I don't know what they actually charge to ship. The cards are pricey, but if you like the game, yeah. And of course, if you get the main cards from Appa, they're rounded corners, beveled.
Yeah, I get the ones upstairs. I need to sort them out. I should ask Jules about that, because because they don't have the teams on them. So I think I got to go.
All the last names are in alphabetical order. So if it starts with Aaron and for one, and then goes, the last one would be like with a Z or whatever.
Yeah, Jules, if you're still here with us, how would I determine who's on the teams there? So I have the envelopes, and then I have all the cards in that big long thing there. So I got to figure out who's on what team. So I think I'd just put them in the envelopes, and then I'd have my teams together. But I got my rule books right here. I've been studying my rule book as I play Apago. That has really helped. Let me tell you, that has been unbelievable.
Alphabetical by teams. So you'd start with either Atlanta or Baltimore, and you have a friend in Vermont who knows those players, and he will be happy to tell you what teams they are.
Okay, as long as I don't mix them up, I got to take them out proper order. Then I'll be all day like sorting out. Like,
right?
Okay, what team you on? That would be kind of funny. You know, Turtle, yes, I belong to a couple of print and play groups, which is for other games, not sports, on Facebook there, and they buy them out of Japan, I think, or Korea, and they take 3 or 4 weeks to get there, and they're expensive, but they love them. These people love these round corner things, so you can print and then round. And these guys go nuts. They could somehow print out the cards that I showed you from the really nice cards. Somehow they can print those out and round them at their own house. I'm like, that's a little bit more crazy than I want to get.
This week.
Those cards that I got, if you're talking about this, they're unbelievable. They
yeah,
really
very nice.
All right, so what do we got?
You 10 out of 26, and you move on to the next team.
What are XBs?
Extra players.
Okay, so
the base, because that year you've only gotten 20 players per team, so we give you the extra 6.
Okay, so I'll just find out the first guy, find that team, and I could count them off, and that should be okay. Good. So they're all. I wouldn't think they'd be all mixed up, but I wanted to ask before I did that. So I'm gonna separate those so I can start playing some games. Now that I get a good idea on how to play that now. That should be kind of fun.
Yeah, thousands of counters.
So I'm gonna put my light back on. Sorry.
Yeah, you can have it back on, but seriously.
Yeah, it just does a good job of just kind of putting a little bit of light here in the front. So I usually do too. I usually put them in those little manila envelopes is what I like to do. But
Napa puts them all in the penny sleeves that you can get at the local card store.
Yeah, I got the coin sleeves there. Although the ones I bought with basketball, people send me the clear sleeves, and they work nice too.
Yep,
the clear ones. So
you would put the individual cards in the clear sleeves to protect them.
Oh, he had the team sleeves.
The team sleeves are something different.
Oh, I'm all messed up then. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't ask me. So I still got to go over my basketball rules. I got them written down here. So 5 fouls per quarter, not including offensive fouls. And once you get to 5, then you go 2 free throws every time you're fouled. Okay. In 81, it was 3 to make 2.
Yep.
You're in the bonus. And if you scored 1, it was 2 to make 1. Okay. I got my rules written down. Yeah, you could. You might be able to. But they had the corner ones, around the corner, round ones. You just put them in. They do a super job. We used to have stuff like that when I worked at the trophy shop because you would.
I bet.
Oh, geez, yeah. You would engrave the plate, and you had all these options. You could round the corner like that. You could punch out the corner. You had all these options of what you wanted the corner to look like. So you could round it. You could punch it out so it had like a little cutout, so it looked kind of snazzy. You could do all kinds of things. But I just can't take picture using a fingernail clipper to clip the 4 corners of 100 cards. 400 fingernail clips. Oh my gosh, your fingers would be like, forget it.
You do that and you watch C-SPAN, you'd fall asleep.
Clipping my nails, clipping my cards. Holy cow!
That's right.
And then you'd have to get them just right too. So,
caller, are you there? That's nice. Next caller.
Oh, I know. You're thinking out of the box. You're thinking good. I mean, that in a pinch we could use the nail clippers, but that the thing is with these the ones that you just slide it in, you go boink, turn it, boink, turn it, boink, turn it, boink, and you're done. And they're all even. They're all really good. They really are. And we had that cutter there that we used to cut the shears of aluminum stuff or whatever they were when we did the trophy stuff, and that thing would always come out of line and it just wouldn't cut. And no matter what I did to fix that thing, it just. So I ended up toward the later years when I ran the shop, I would just order the pre-cut stuff because I'm like, okay, I just can't, you buy the sheets and it's cheaper, but you would just wreck it it's like, and then it would just curl up and it would look like, so just pre-order the pre-order stuff. Just give me the cut sizes, factory cut. And then I'll never mess it up and I'll never have to worry about it again. $10, really? Well, I guess these people are the hardcore people that I was hanging out with. So yeah, stick my Honus Wagner card in my
There
bicycle.
you go.
The cure for insomnia.
True story. Before you go off that one, go put it back on for a second. Not that one. The Mungo's comment. No, Mungo's C-SPAN comment.
Oh,
you were being a jackass. So used to be back in the days when you only had 15, 20 channels on cable. There were some companies that if you didn't pay the bill, instead of shutting it off, they would just leave it on C-SPAN. It was the only thing you could watch.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Breaking news. Ron didn't pay the cable bill. Enjoy your C-SPAN.
Mr. Speaker.
Do you know what would be even better? Is if like you flip the channel and like, I'm gonna go watch the Red Sox, turn on Red Sox game, and in 2 seconds it flipped the C-SPAN. That would be even crueler.
Oh.
That would be because you'd be like, oh, Sox are on. Oh, C-SPAN. What's going on there? Bruins are on. Oh, C-SPAN. That would be hilarious.
May it please the court.
No, it doesn't please the court. That would be horrible. That'd be horrible. That would be an interesting topic. Team sheets versus individual cards. That might be. I'm gonna write that one down. I like both. Sometimes I'm in the mood. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh, it cuts a lot of them at a time. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Mungo only pawn in Game of Life. Thanks, Alex Karras.
Thumbs down when a lineup is used. There we go. Well, you never know.
We live dangerously.
We do. Did you see in New York there that they're all running down to the beaches in New York, and they were all gathering in the cities now, and they're just like, screw this lockdown. It's gonna get ugly. It is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people now that are like have had enough. Seriously, I was watching that today. In between my Korean street vendor. Oh, that is good. That is good. Hang on a second. I'm not going to play the video.
The egg tarts or whatever, or the egg sandwiches.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. Let me just go into my history real quick and just show you.
Don't show us the porn, okay?
No. Oh, this is the one right here. I mean, let me just show you. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get in trouble, but look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in a restaurant here, but they have the kiosk out, and they're just like, they're throwing the eggs down like that, and they just scoop it up, and they do all this stuff. And yeah, look at off to the side over here. You know, like this is a Japanese one here. I mean, but look at this guy here. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is fantastic.
Oh.
I love watching this stuff. All right, here's some Korean street food again. And I mean, look at that.
Oh.
They put the eggs down and the cheese, and then they get the bread going, and it's just like, I watch these things, and it's like, man, I just like, I'm hungry now. I want to go upstairs and I want to make something. But I watch a lot of these Korean street food things, and sometimes they're restaurants, okay? But it's just they take the camera and they zoom in on the grill, and they watch it. They watch it make the omelets, and it's unbelievable.
I love watching them make the cakes too.
Yeah, the cakes are pretty good. Yeah,
the cakes are pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, the other night, I get up in the middle of the night. I'm gonna have a glass of milk and some cookies, right? That's what I do every night, right? And I'm half asleep. I got like one light on in the kitchen, and the milk went blub blub blub.
Oh,
I'm half asleep. I'm just like, I don't think I'm supposed to hear blub, blub, blub when
No,
the milk
you're
goes.
not supposed to chew your milk.
No. So I was like, all right, it's not expired. I still got a couple days to go here, but I'm like,
It's
so I
expired.
dumped it out, and it was like milkshake going into the sink. I'm like, yeah, that's yeah. So, I don't know what they put in these things. A lot of these things, it looks like
herbs.
like a sauerkraut or a lettuce, and they take the little they put on the sauce, and oh my gosh, it's fantastic. So look at this guy here, right? Let me just share my screen again.
And they know how to do it so fast.
Oh my gosh! So look at this guy right there. He's got the grill all buttered up, and he drops the eggs down and cuts it up, and he scoops it around a little bit, and then boom, right on. He's got all the little spices and stuff, and I mean, it's just like so fun watching this. I mean, oh, look at that! Look at that! It's got the meat underneath, the eggs on the top, and I mean, come on, that is so good, Here's another one here. So here's see, check this out. See, this is the ones I really like. See this guy? That's a little truck.
Yes.
He's got a truck kiosk, right? And so
hamburger toast.
Let me blow it up here. And yeah, so he does that. So he's gonna, put the stuff on the grill. He's got the vegetables and the eggs, and now there it is right there. And then he puts his little meat on the side. See, there's that big stick of butter. It's like this honking stick of butter that they use to butter the grill. Look at the omelets; they're already cooked up, just waiting for the meat. And he's just letting it cook a little bit more. He's got a toast of bread now. He's cutting out the omelets, and this is fun to watch. He's got all the bread.
Recent big clue.
And look at, I mean, come on. That guy's doing it from a truck. That is unbelievable.
If you want to feel gluttonous,
look at that. I mean, come on.
Oh,
come on. That's just. I'm hungry again. I'm hungry again.
If you want to feel gluttonous, go back and watch. There's people who have reconstructed the 11-course meal that was the last first-class dinner served on the Titanic.
Really?
Yes.
That is pretty.
It's a 4-hour meal to begin with.
Ooh.
You won't be hungry after that. And so it goes through and the origin of the dishes. It's only like an 8 or 9 minute video.
Okay.
And so it's not like it's an hour or something like that. You'll gain 20 pounds just watching the damn thing. Yep. Homer Simpson.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've been watching, like I said, I do a lot of cooking stuff.
Street food, huh? Yes, your wife can cook.
That's great.
So
yeah, so the Korean grills, when they do that, and they pull up in a truck and they set it up, it's like, oh my gosh. And we have the canteen trucks. They pull up, like, here's your Banyan special. Here you go. Man, whatever. But I mean, man, I would do that. I would if I would get downtown, and pull up this guy's making the sandwich. I'd sit there for 4 or 5 minutes, whatever, watch him make my sandwich all nice and fresh and hand it to me. That'd be awesome. I mean, they kind of do that in some places. There's a place around here that's called the Salem Willows, and it's it's an old place, old arcade down there, and a couple of old restaurants, and they hand you the stuff, so they kind of make it on the fly like that. But that have the guy make it right in front of you on the grill, and you could see him take that big stick of butter. It's like that, and like then they put the bread on it, and then they put the eggs, and they're constantly moving the stuff, and then they put into this, and everything's down to a science. It's like a science project. And then they're like, here's your sandwich, go. Like, oh, look at this thing, that is so good. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing lately.
Yeah, people didn't used to always be in a hurry to leave the dinner table. I'm not sure I could eat for 4 hours though.
That's a long time to be sitting there. Even after you eat,
it's 11 courses.
You would be full. You would think that after, Oh, Scott knows Salem, yeah. There's a Chinese place down there that has the egg foo young sandwich and the chop suey sandwich. That's what my wife takes her mother down there for. The chop suey sandwich at the Salem Willows is really good. And we have an old school arcade down there. It's really fun. Really
Pinball
cheap.
and all
Yeah, pinball, some other games. They used to have this golf game, and I got rid of it, and I should have bought it. It was a dime to play. You put a dime in it.
that. Dime.
Picture a pinball, right? But reversed. So you had this golfer at the top,
Okay.
and there were 18 holes spread out on this course, and you had to sink one to go on to two, and two to go on to three. And you only get so many balls, and you would spin the dial, and you would aim your golfer, and you could hit easy or hard. Okay. The key was, though, is especially the ones at the bottom, you would have to hit it, and it would kind of curve around the other ones, you know what I mean, to get down into the hole, because everything wasn't a straight shot.
Right.
I for a dime, I played the crap out of that thing. It's not there anymore. I should have bought it.
Did you ever finish the round and with the one dime?
Oh, I
or-
finished it. Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, I got through it a few times. Yeah, it wasn't really hard. You know, once you get the habit of okay, aiming here, I'm going to go soft here, but then you got to hit it a little harder for the ones that are further down. If you don't, it'll another hole or whatever. So tender stick. Yeah, the stuff down the Salem Willows is really good. Yeah, much more of a social event, I would say that, and you have to pace yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point, Big Clue. The portion size are probably a lot smaller than they are nowadays.
Still, for 11 courses, they'd have to be bite size in order.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while we go out to a fancy place, and they give you this appetizer. It's like this big, and you got to split it 4 ways. And you're just like, yeah, where's the rest of it? It's like, where's the rest? It's like, so I would eat the whole thing. It's like, where's everybody else's? Oh, that was supposed to be split 4 ways. So I could see how it would come out with, here's your little bite. Here's your little bite. I could see how you would do that. I really could. I did some okay omelets. My brother made some really good omelets back in the day. He has a griddle. My brother.
That's how you do it. You need a griddle.
My brother has a griddle at his house, and he would have breakfast parties on the weekends. And he would like put a whole bunch of potatoes on there, and he would have the bacon going and the eggs, and he would whip it up. And we had a big breakfast party first thing in the morning in his house in the summertime. And he used the crap out of that grill. It was really good. I thought about getting one, but the thing is, I would eat more if I had a grill. You know how much I would eat, and I already eat a lot, and I don't want to eat a lot. A Golden Corral. Who knew?
Yeah,
imagine how much food they had on the Titanic.
Chocolate fondue was free after they hit the iceberg.
Yeah.
So,
did you ever see? Where's the picture here? They had some really neat comparisons. Oh, is this one here? Yeah, check this out. So that is the Titanic compared to a modern. I mean, look at the size. The Titanic was a monster. Titanic was a monster back in the day. Look at it compared to the ships nowadays. It's like it looks like a rowboat. It could be one of the lifeboats for one of these modern cruise ships. Oh, here's the other good picture. This is the one I saw like that. Oh,
that does put things into perspective
now.
now.
That put it in, that's like creepy. I can't even look at that photo. That's
bizarre.
That's creepy. Yeah. So, yeah, if I look at the different sizes there of the Titanic versus the other stuff there. Where's the other picture I saw here? I forget now. Oh, there it was. Yep, there's the Queen Mary. So, yep. I mean, look at the difference. It's almost twice the length, but the width was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. So that gives you an idea of the size of the ships nowadays. It is like, wow. Yeah, the Titanic was a tugboat compared to the modern ships. And you know what stinks? I won't go on a cruise. I just won't. I've had my chances. And I haven't. And not only because nowadays it's like everyone's getting sick on it, even before the virus thing, people had that, what was that, the Norwalk virus, everybody was puking, and it just seems like those ships now are just a incubator for getting sick. And long before this thing ever happened. But it's just
also not really a drinker. I suppose if you wanted to get polluted every night, that would be the way to do it.
Yeah, they have some all-inclusive things where all your meals are free. And probably some of your drinks. I mean, I don't know how they would do that. But yeah, it's one big party, and you put on, from what I hear, 10 or 20 pounds on these things.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
But my thing is that I would go on one of these. if it just stayed docked. I would enjoy the boat and the pool and the drinks and all that stuff.
The Queen Mary's in dry dock out on the West Coast. She's now a hotel.
Oh, really? See, I would do that. But you see the stories of like the storms coming in, the people in the boats are doing this, and it's like, I like to see land. Wherever I go, I like to see land. That's me. I don't want to be on the ocean.
Does your first wife agree or your second wife?
Oh, she wants to go. And I told her she could go on, but I says I wouldn't go with her. I said, I'm sorry. There's a couple things I just won't do. And
yeah, and Jamie's right. The ocean liners were for travel, especially in the days before airplanes.
Yeah.
While cruise ships are just for.
Yeah. But for me, and what stinks is that they have these, it's called 10 tons of metal. And it's a heavy metal cruise. And there's like 20, maybe more heavy metal bands. And it's two or three different stages. And you can sit in a hot tub and watch these metal bands play. And it's all the bands I would go see. And I still can't put myself on a cruise ship to go see them. It just,
they're so heavy though. The boats.
Yeah, they probably don't move that much, I would imagine. But I still, no, because then you're stuck. Because if like I would have a wicked anxiety attack and need to get out of there. Because when I have my anxiety attacks, I gotta go.
Yes,
I and knowing I was trapped there would feed that anxiety. And as much fun as I would have sitting in hot tubs watching these bands, if anything ever started to sway or something went wrong or I had to flip out attack, I could not deal with that.
So you did not watch The Love Boat on Friday nights then, huh?
Oh, I can watch from dry land, yeah.
The Love Boat.
But yeah, no, I couldn't. And it's too bad because Metal Church goes on them all the time. I'd love to go hang out with them. And they hang out with the people on the cruise too, because everyone's in there. Everyone's cool,
Oh,
you know?
sure, they're all fans.
Yeah, so you're all fans hanging out with other fans and you're hanging out with the bands. And the bands sometimes they do meet and greets and stuff and the whole bit, and they hang out with you. It sounds like a great metal time. I'm not gonna do it. Just not my thing. Not my thing. Again, if they set one up in Boston and say, hey, we're going to do this in Boston, but it's not going to leave the dock. Yeah, sure. Because I know I can get off and leave at any time. I like to know I can get off and leave at any time. That's my peace of mind. I just am. So when you're miles out at sea, nothing you can do. They're not going to fly you back in a helicopter. So you just got to know yourself.
Not in the middle of the Atlantic, no.
No. And then you hear the stories, like I say, the storms that come in or something that happens, and it's just, you look around, it's like, man, there's no one here to save me. If we go down, we're done,
Oh, that's cool.
Walk through the pool, that'd be kind of tough. Although if you're a wireless, you wouldn't get electrocuted, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, ever since I watched Jaws, I won't go near the beach. And I was never a beach guy anyway. I might get down there, and like I say, with my bare feet, let the water hit me, but I don't go swimming in the beach. I can't stand the salt water. Never could. Even as a kid, even before Jaws, we would go to the beach and be like, yeah, it's just hot. It's sandy. Not my place to be. And I'm right down by the beaches. I could be at the beach in 5 minutes if I wanted to, and I just don't care for it. I'm a pool and hot tub guy. Give me a pool and hot tub guy. That's what I enjoy. I like my water, but I like my controlled small space water. What I always wanted to go to, you know those places there that have the what are they called? The infinite pools? Is that what it is?
Yeah, infinite pool. Yeah, something like that. Infinity pools or something.
Yeah, infinity pool. Like I would like to be in one of those. Like, all right, so like this picture right here. All right. This is something I would like to do someday. Okay. I would like to be in that pool right there. Sit in that pool and overlook things. Even this ain't bad. That's like somebody's house. That's not too bad either.
Right.
So I would like to be in one of those infinity pools are kind of neat. There's another one there that's kind of neat too. There's a good one there overlooking a city. So I like the infinity pools. I've never been in one, but that's something I could absolutely do compared to, look at the rooftop one here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a clear. Yeah, no, that's too much. No, get me closer to the ground. Like right here is fine. Right here is fine too. Even right there is pretty good. But yeah, no, I'm not going up on a rooftop. That's for sure.
Jamie, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm a mile away from land, straight down. It's true.
That's true.
Yeah, I can go to the beach,
Not your favorite place to go.
No. Yeah. See, I don't even go in lakes and rivers. Because I don't anything that things live in, I don't want to go in there. You know, just don't want to go in. I don't want any eels or snakes or fish swimming by my legs, sharks, jellyfish. No. If you do you be happy. For me, I want to see the bottom and I want to see everything clear in there. I really do. I want to have it nice and clear. I do. There you go.
They're plain.
Yeah, they'd have to. Yeah, I'd have to be so messed up. You know, so messed up. Yeah. Yeah, glass bottom and the rooftop. Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't even need the mountains. I just like where I am right now is fine. I'm okay with this. Just I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. The suburbs are good. It's a little city. It's a little country. I have my wildlife here. But I got my stores and my doctors in the hospitals close by too. That's what I like. So, because I'm one of those guys, I overthink because that's what I do. No, right? I overthink so much that when I see pictures and people like, oh, I would love to live here. And it's like this cabin in the snow and you see the fireplace going. It's like, it's nice and relaxing. And people are like, oh man, I would live there in a heartbeat. Do you know what I do? I go, well, where's the nearest hospital? Does it have running water? Does it have a toilet? Where's the grocery store? These are things that I think of. It's the stupid daily. I'm not thinking emotionally. I'm thinking practical. I'm like, how would I get my groceries here? What happens if I get hurt? You know, how do I get to the doctor? How far is it? Is it, you know, an hour away, the nearest hospital if something happens? I mean, I just think these things. I overthink it. I just way overthink things. So go to Northwest Wyoming. Yeah, everyone has their place, you know. And if you guys like the mountains and the lakes, I mean, I'll visit there. I'll visit the mountains and the stuff, and they're fun to look at. I drove through the Colorado Rockies a long time ago, and they were fun to look at.
Drive, yeah.
You know, do you know? There's one thing in this world that took my breath away. One thing only that I. Any idea what it is?
I
almost gave it away. The Colorado Rockies was a clue.
So it wasn't some sort of show at the Clam Shack?
No.
Continental Divide?
Close. Really close. Yep, Corey got it right.
Oh, the Grand Canyon?
The Grand Canyon blew me away. It was just, we were driving, we decided to go through the canyon there on our way to California way back in the day.
How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. Everyone got it right. Yep. So, Red Rock. No, I've never seen the Red Rocks. I think they had concerts there. I think my, people went and saw Rush there one time, I think, and it looked kind of neat, but we were driving and we were going through an area of the Grand Canyon, and I don't know if it was Arizona or Colorado where it was. It was down about the Four Corners
Arizona.
there.
Grand Canyon's in Arizona.
Okay. And you're driving down the street, at least the way we went in, and it's trees all over you. So it's like you can't really see anything because it's all trees. And all of a sudden there was a break in the trees. And it just, yeah, it was unbelievable. It was just like, did you see that? Seriously, did you see that? And so we found a couple of areas and stopped and took pictures. And I must have took 3-4 rolls of photos just of the Grand Canyon, and all the pictures were the same. You know, there's nothing like it I've ever seen in the world. And that's the one thing in my life that took my breath away. When I saw that first break in the trees, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then we stopped, and it just was like, you feel about this big when you see the Grand Canyon. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. It really was. So, yep. So we saw that. And there was a couple areas too that had dinosaur footprints, so we were going to stop and check out that. But
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be kind of neat too. But our car was we didn't know if we were going to make it, so we were like, we don't want to stop. You know, I haven't seen the Pikes Peak. I haven't seen that. But the Colorado, awesome. I was going through. I think it was through Pueblo, and we were stopped at a light, and you could see the Rockies because it was like we were looking down a hill, so you could look up and see the Rockies. That was pretty cool. The Rockies were just like in the pictures there. It was unbelievable. We drove through them too. Boy, the car had a hard time getting through the Rockies. And it was about this time of year too. It was Indianapolis 500 is in May. And we drove. It was freezing. It was freezing. We stayed at a place in the Rocky Mountains because it was getting late. So we just found a hotel and stayed there. It was freezing. And in the morning, it took like 10 minutes for the hot water to come in the shower. I didn't think we were going to have hot water in the morning because it was just so cold up there. And then as soon as you get out of the mountains, we went into, I think it was the Mojave Desert. It was like 115 degrees. So we went from like 15 degrees to 115 degrees, just like that.
Yeah. Drive from Flagstaff to Phoenix will do the same thing. You know, you go where it's chilly. Till you go down the valley floor where it's all desert.
Yeah, we drove through part of Arizona too, and it was cold and one hot. Yeah, I remember the Grand Canyon there. Oh wow, Yankee Stadium, cool. Yep.
I had that reaction to Fenway, sure.
Yeah, it's neat when you come on, you see the big building. It's like, oh, this is unbelievable, you know. And what I like too is you go into a new hockey rink and you got to go in and you see the ice. When you walk in, you cut through the little thing and you see what the ice looks like. That's always kind of neat too. But the Grand Canyon was just, Grand Canyon was good. Good time. A long way out though. I think sometimes you can see it on the plane when you fly to Vegas. I think you can see the canyon sometimes. That was a pretty good drive that we took that one time. So anyway, well, you want to wrap things up here, Ron?
Yep.
Yeah, we did 90 minutes. We had a good show tonight. I wasn't sure if I was coming on today. I was really tired today. I don't know if it was all the food I ate or what it is, but I almost didn't come on tonight. I was going to take tonight off, and then all of a sudden, just maybe it was the ice cream. Maybe I had the ice cream, and it kind of settled things down.
There you go. Yeah, so it's always a good cleanser.
Mechanic Resurrection. I don't know if I've seen that one. Not sure.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Sweet. So we're going to wrap things up here as we just get on a Sunday night and chat away with you guys. Just having some fun. We talked a little bit everything tonight. You know, nothing in particular. I got a couple of possible topics coming up for the Digital to Dice show. And, you know, as always, if you want to check out the podcast, Ron and myself do, it's digitaltodice.com. And if you're on Facebook, join the group. You know, if you want to talk more about the sports sim games that we do, that's what we do over there. And, that's about it. I'm getting ice cream for dessert. Yeah, I know. I need to go eat something again. Larry, thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get some good news from the governor tomorrow, but I'm not holding out hope. I'm really not.
Pickled one. Our pleasure. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep. Thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. So maybe I'll go upstairs and maybe I'll sort those APBA baseball cards out so I can stop playing some of that. That's what I should do. And so see, so tomorrow, now you got something going on Monday nights, right?
My time, because I got my counseling appointment tomorrow. So night 7:45 baseball, Baltimore, Texas, I think. That's what I got.
All right, so you may not be on tomorrow night, right?
I'll be on until 7:30. I'm not sure when I'll be able to start. My kid comes back to work tomorrow.
Okay, so you'll be on for a hit or miss tomorrow. You'll be a special guest tomorrow. Okay,
half hour might be.
All right, we'll play it by ear tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. See how tomorrow night goes. See what the governor says. Let's see if I don't lose my cool tomorrow. So anyway, all right. Thanks everybody that tuned in.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. It's like it looks fun, hold up in those little mountain cabins there until you want to do something. Then you know, how many books can you read? And you're right, you're gonna want to get on the internet, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi. That's what we all forget, you know. And the funny meme about this whole quarantine thing is, you know, you all said you'd live here for a month, and you can't even last 2 weeks in your house. So yeah, that was kind of funny. So anyway, all right then. Yeah, you want some more Donnie wrestling? That was pretty good. That ultra quick wrestling, that was pretty good. I need to do more of that. That was a fun time. That's a fun game. It is. It's a silly, silly fun wrestling game. It just gives you the results of the match, but it's just kind of, it's just fun seeing how you do it, you know. So, all right, we'll talk to everybody later. Hopefully tomorrow night. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.